Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Alert, your number one source for separating fact from speculation. As we move through 2026, the buzz around foreign currency, especially the Iraqi dinar, has hit a fever pitch once again. You've probably seen the headlines, the social media posts, and the YouTube videos making bold claims about major U.S. banks like Chase setting new rules or special exchange programs for the dinar. One headline in particular keeps popping up. Chase Bank Update 2026 Dinar Exchange Limits. You can't ignore. It sounds urgent, it sounds official, but what's really going on? Are there actual exchange limits? What should dinar holders truly expect from a major bank like Chase? Today, we're going to cut through the noise, explain how bank exchange limits actually work, and reveal what truly matters for anyone holding Iraqi dinar right now. So, why does Chase Bank always get pulled into these discussions? Well, JP Morgan Chase is one of the biggest financial giants on the planet. Its global reach is massive, so naturally, any rumor linking Chase to the Iraqi dinar instantly grabs everyone's attention. For many dinar holders, Chase represents a gateway to the international banking system, a symbol of high liquidity and compliance, and a potential future player if the dinar ever becomes globally tradable. But let's be clear, a bank's size does not automatically mean it supports every single currency in the world. So, the big question, does Chase Bank exchange Iraqi dinar in 2026? The short and simple answer is no. As of right now, Chase has not made any official announcements about offering retail exchange services for the Iraqi dinar. This means if you walk into a Chase branch, they will not exchange your dinar for US dollars. The dinar is not listed among their supported foreign currencies, and there's no public exchange rate for it at Chase. This is a crucial starting point. You can't have exchange limits for a service that isn't even offered to the public in the first place. This leads us to the next logical question. Where do these rumors about dinar exchange limits even come from? The term exchange limits is very often misunderstood or deliberately misused. In the world of banking, limits are a standard practice, but they apply in specific contexts. First, you have internal compliance limits. Banks set these internal thresholds to guard against things like money laundering. They trigger checks for the source of funds and require reporting for large cash transactions. If a restricted currency like the dinar were ever to be supported, these limits would be incredibly strict. Second, there's institutional banking. Chase works with central banks, governments, and huge corporations through what are called correspondent banking relationships. These are massive digital transactions that happen behind the scenes, following pre-agreed rules and compliance protocols. The general public, retail customers like you and me, are not part of these arrangements. So when you hear about large sums being moved, it's not for individual dinar holders. And third, you have the world of speculation. Some content creators are simply guessing about what might happen in a hypothetical future. They imagine a scenario where the dinar becomes convertible, and then assume banks like Chase would impose things like daily exchange caps, tiered limits based on your account status, or long verification periods. The key word here is theoretical. These are not confirmed policies, they are just ideas. So why is the Iraqi dinar still a restricted currency? There are several solid reasons. It's not freely traded on global foreign exchange markets like the euro or the Japanese yen. The Iraqi government still has capital controls in place, and the currency's stability is managed internally by the Central Bank of Iraq. For global banks like Chase, dealing with physical dinar notes carries a high compliance risk. Until these fundamental conditions change, major U.S. banks have very little incentive to start offering retail dinar exchanges. But let's play out that hypothetical scenario for a moment. What would happen if Chase or another major bank ever did decide to allow Iraqi dinar exchanges? You can bet the process would be extremely controlled. First, there would be strict verification. Customers would absolutely need to provide proof of where and when they bought the dinar. They would need to show identification and go through rigorous compliance checks, and possibly even fill out tax-related disclosures. Next, you'd see transaction caps. Banks protect themselves by limiting how much can be exchanged per day or per month. They would likely phase in access over time, probably prioritizing their large institutional clients long before opening the service to the general public. And finally, it would almost certainly be a digital-only process, at least initially. Physical dinar notes would likely not be accepted at local branches. Instead, They might need to be sent to a third-party verification service or processed through specialized off-site facilities. This is standard procedure for how major banks handle any newly tradable or high-risk currency. The real power player in all of this isn't Chase Bank, it's the Central Bank of Iraq. Any meaningful change to the dinar's global status must originate from them. We need to watch for key developments like monetary policy reforms, new international settlement agreements, alignment with organizations like the IMF, and official participation in global foreign exchange markets. Without official announcements from the Central Bank of Iraq, any claims about U.S. bank exchange limits are, and will remain, pure speculation. So, let's bust some of the most common myths that are constantly circulating. Myth number 1. Chase has secret exchange limits for the dinar. There is zero verified evidence of any secret retail exchange programs. Myth number 2. Only VIP clients can exchange dinar at Chase. Again, false. Chase does not currently offer dinar exchange to any tier of its retail clients. And myth number 3, a big one. The existence of limits means a revaluation is confirmed. This is completely wrong. Exchange limits are compliance tools to manage risk. They are not economic indicators that signal a change in a currency's value. So, what should you as a dinar holder do in 2026? The smartest approach is to be patient and realistic. Stay informed using official sources, like bank websites and central bank announcements, not viral headlines on social media. Be extremely cautious of anyone asking you to pay for special exchange access or information. Avoid assuming any timelines or guaranteed outcomes, and understand the simple fact that, as of today, no major U.S. retail bank officially supports Iraqi dinar exchange. To wrap it all up, that headline, Chase Bank Update 2026 Dinar Exchange Limits You Can't Ignore, sounds compelling, but when you look closer, it's built on speculation, not facts. As of 2026, Chase has not announced any dinar exchange services for retail customers, meaning there are no confirmed exchange limits to even discuss. Any future involvement from a major bank would happen with strict controls and full transparency, and it would only happen after official changes from the Central Bank of Iraq. Until then, approach these claims with a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next update. Stay safe and stay informed.